We are live, everyone.
It's always, yeah.
Yeah,
let's start.
Standing
Okay.
there, it's pretty cool. Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Rod. You turn this on or off? They're off. And said we are live.
Is the door open for the building?
What
In case anybody wants to show up waivers.
Not bad. And there's a book called Minky Factory. They had.
Used to hate that.
So does everybody else, including because there's no concern.
Yeah, you want to get it, bad breakfast. It's interesting.
Is there a rain day for this?
Yeah.
I think it's 2 hours.
Some people. You got.
No trip.
We
Once
set up a.
they set up,
The guy has a little
but that.
boat down there, right there underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We brought here.
Oh,
Maybe.
They set.
Okay. Lady and gentlemen, it's 5:00. So this is Doug Farnsley. I'm going to call to order the City Council special meeting. Today is Thursday, August 3, 2023. It's 5:00 PM. The first item on the agenda is a report from the mayor. I'll just make a couple of very brief comments. One is before our August 21 regular meeting, I'm going to call a special meeting for 6:15, which will essentially be an executive session for purposes of discussing litigation that the city's involved in. Also, I want to mention that we've learned that there are handbills being handed out for door hangers in Hunting Creek promoting solar panels, the sale of solar panels. And so I saw a house on River Road that's not in the city, but it's real close to the city, that's got solar panels everywhere on it. And I thought, boy, we don't want that. So I'm going to try to put together an ordinance for the council to at least look at the August 21 meeting for us to begin consideration of possibly adopting a solar panel ordinance that would provide some permitting and reasonable restrictions. So I just mentioned that to sort of set the stage for it. We've got a pretty full agenda as it is on August 21st, so it may be ambitious to even try a first reading, but I don't want us to waste time either, because I don't want us to start having people popping up solar panels on the fronts of their houses and things like that, or in their yards, things that we don't want. So finally, at the August 21 meeting, I'll be offering or presenting a proposed amended operating budget for first reading. Reconvene the budget committee that met to prepare the budget that we presented in the spring, and that's Don Gibson, John Evans, John Carter, and myself. We're meeting tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. So we'll have more information for you between now and August. So I just wanted to mention those things before we turn to the agenda. The major item, I guess the only item on the agenda, is discussion of the city investments and the recommendations of the Prospect Investment Committee. Don Gibson and I participated in the Investments Committee meeting on Monday and had an excellent meeting and a good recommendation from the committee. In the meantime, two of our 3 CDs matured. So we have $2 million in cash in our checking account at the present moment. And as of today, I think it's today, as of today. So the goal of this meeting was to get those funds reinvested as promptly as possible. So I've asked Don if he would report briefly on the, or is it completely as we need, on the Investments Committee recommendation.
Yeah, just some background. Early in the year, Bear Farnsey had a good catch. It said we had our cash at that time, 3.6 million or so. And it said it made sense to, given the changes in investment, it made sense to look at investing that in CDs. And we did that with Republic Bank, looking at about $3 million. And after that is decided to go into the investment committee. And that included Susan Nicholson, Bill Brad, Dennis Riggs, myself, and the mayor, and city clerk John Carter. In further investigation, we found that Kentucky League of Cities also has an investment portfolio. And we did some checking with that group. There are some things we have to do, but they're pretty good at cost effective accessibility and for cities statutory compliance of investing. And we met with Susan, and fundamentally we're looking at taking the Republican Bank CDs and going to a money market fund that gives immediate liquidity, and it pays about 4.75%, and an enhanced income fund of $4.97 dollars. And that's kind of the next step here. We talked some other things down the road about the possibility of taking dividends as they emerge and reinvesting them on a dollar cost averaging standpoint, and maybe something like S&P type stocks, but that's later down the road.
And these two funds through the Kentucky League of Cities, the money market fund that Don mentioned, which provides immediate liquidity, pays 4.75%, which is higher than any of the CD options we had at Republic. Not a lot, but it's higher. And the enhanced income fund is 4.97%, so right at 5%. And then you have access to those funds after 90 days, so with 90 days notice. And those funds are all invested in U.S. securities or U.S. guaranteed investments. So they comply with the statute, they comply with our investment policy. And the committee thought that they were prudent for the city, and they certainly provide a better return and do provide adequate liquidity. So we have a resolution that was provided to you for your consideration that would authorize participation in the Kentucky League of Cities Investment Pool Plus. And I think that's distributed with the materials that you received. So if there is there a motion that we adopt that resolution?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there discussion, questions? We're ready to vote? Okay, let's do a roll call. Frank?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
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 Okay, council's unanimous to vote 6-0. That's the only item of business to come before us that's on our agenda.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Adjourned. It's been seconded. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned. That might be a record.
We'll have to ask Ron.
So over.
Yes.
So, and the way you
Well,
go through it.
It's a better, well,
Frank?
pretty easy to show.
I mean,